Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you all my baby must-haves. I have a list on Amazon I'm going to be sharing with you. I have some items that I have in my home that I'm going to point out specifically and explain why I think those items are must-have items. But if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel please. It really helps me out, and also turn on the bell notifications so you know every time I upload a new video. And also comment down below if you're also having a baby, if you've had a baby, any baby must-haves that I missed that you think you have to have, and also if you've used any of these items, if you loved them as well. So just stick with me. I'm not going to go through every single item on my must-haves list just because we would be here for over an hour, I'm sure. I could talk all day long about these products, but I will be pointing out just ones that I think you really can't live without, and the big ticket items that I think you should invest in and why. So stay tuned, I'll be sharing all of those details. Hello everyone. So if you're watching this video, you're probably expecting, just like me, I am 28 weeks pregnant as of yesterday, or you have a little one and you're just curious to see what items I love. Or maybe down the road, you're like, okay, I want to minimalize what I have because it can add up. And also, it's really overwhelming when you are pregnant and you're like, okay, now what? I get a registry. Like, when do I do that? Where do I go? The internet is a great resource, but it's also so overwhelming sometimes with the amount of baby stuff that is out there these days. So hopefully this video will help simplify that and kind of point out just what you really need, which, to be honest, is not a lot. So don't stress. I will break down everything for you. And this is my second baby, so I'm not an expert, but I have gone through 18 months of, raising a child, and I think I have a good idea of what you really do need probably in that first year. So keep in mind the list that I have on Amazon is going to be through the first year of life, roughly. But when you first have your child, you don't need a lot, to be honest. So anyways, that's what's going to be covered. And let's get to it. So one of the big ticket items on my list is a pack and play with the bassinet option. This particular brand is the Graco Play Yard. And I really didn't want to have a crib, a bassinet, a pack and play. Like, there's just limited space, and what do I really need? Because supposedly I had heard bassinet is just a short-term place for your baby to sleep with you until they're able to move out of your room and into their own room. With my first child, I ended up not having her in my room at all. It was an interesting situation. If you follow me, you can see kind of my birth story and everything on my Instagram. But either way, I didn't want to be buying things that I was going to have to be rebuying, or things that weren't going to last long. So all that to say, this one I've used as a pack and play with this piece, with the mat all the way down, for my daughter countless times. So if anything, it's worth it for that. Like, you will use it eventually for an older child. You will use it if you travel. You will use it for anything, just to stick your child in while you need to get something done. I use it for workouts, and you can take it outside, etc. This one has wheels. I think that's a non-negotiable. I think most have wheels these days, but if you're looking, I would recommend getting one with wheels. It's just like, why would you not have them? I will see how this time goes with this pregnancy, if this baby boy actually uses this. But I will say I did use this for my daughter because it detaches. Let me set this up so you can see better. So this piece comes off, and you can actually put it anywhere. I took this constantly outside. We would put it on our kitchen table while we ate dinner. This piece can come down, or you can put it up. This mat comes out, it's washable. So anyways, I think it's worth it for the short time that you're gonna need it, and you can reuse it. That's why I chose gender neutral as well. Having the changing table next to your bed for night feedings and things like that, I think is gonna come in handy. We also have a cabin that we go to all the time, and this is something I would take with me so that I didn't have to bring all of the other things. So this also holds like wipes, diapers. It's just super convenient in the middle of the night when you're exhausted, you can barely see, and you're just like, I don't want to have to leave the room for anything else. So this is going to be our setup. I will also follow up and let you know how I like it if we use it in our room. I'm planning to. No promises on how long that will last, just because babies are so loud when they sleep. But I did like that this play yard part can start higher up. So like, say he outgrows this pretty quickly, I can start using this, and then it can drop down all the way for when he is bigger. So anyways, I think this is something you will not waste your money on, and even if you don't use it, you can sell it and it holds its value. Everyone would need one. So I think if you don't use it a ton, somebody else will, and I do believe that you could sell it and get a lot of your money back from it. So that's my first item. Okay, the next item is my sound machine. This is the Hatch Rest. It is not the newest model. I think it has a clock on the bottom, but I don't want any light in my baby's room, so I didn't want a clock. So this is perfect for me. I recommend this because it is super loud. Most sound machines that I've used or tested did not go as loud as this. And it's able to be hooked up through Bluetooth to my app on my phone, and I can turn on a night light through here. I can change the sound. I can adjust the volume. I can change the color of the night light. I can program it to come on at a certain time, and turn off at a certain time, which actually is helpful because I could set it to like my child's naps, and every morning when my daughter would wake up, we would have the birds chirping at 7 a.m. with a specific light and etc. So it is pricier than most. I think it's retailing now around $80, maybe it's $70. But I bought this used on the marketplace in a box unopened for $50. I highly, highly recommend it. I already have one for my daughter, but I would have one in each room. And we will have this in our room while we're sleeping with the baby in our room, if that happens. I cannot say enough good things about it. Look at the reviews for yourself, but honestly, this is the easiest to use. It's so convenient. We take it with us whenever we go to our families' homes for, vacations or holidays, things like that. It is so good. And honestly, I want one for myself because it would help me sleep. It's so soothing. My daughter sleeps so well with it. So cannot say enough good things about it. The next item I have to show you actually in my daughter's bathroom because it is a mat that helps protect your knees from hurting while you're giving your child a bath. So all I can say is this is the best $30 that you'll ever spend. I thought it was going to be so extra, oh, why would I ever use that? I can just make do, it's not a necessity, but boy, did I eat those words and I was so wrong about it. It's literally the best thing ever. So this foam piece comes off. This is for your knees. And I am telling you, without this, I don't know how I would get through bath time. Then these are the elbow pads and you're constantly leaning over. So just anything that can help make this more comfortable, other than me sitting on the toilet seat, it's just, I'm more interactive in bath time. It also has these pockets on either side to put your bath toys in. So that alone is like huge because you just want your toys to dry out. You want to have a place to store things. And it's suction cups to the side of the tub. So it's very sturdy, but also easy to remove if like you need to use this bathroom for a different purpose. But I cannot say enough good things about this. And also how much it's like helped me not dread bath time. And when my parents or my in-laws are babysitting and they need to give her a bath, like it's just so helpful, like for anybody. Like my knees hurt and I'm in my 30s, so it's a lifesaver. I just get one. Just put it on your registry. Someone will buy it for you. Okay, so the next thing is something that you could live without, but I don't know why you would. It's something I used every single day, every single feeding. I even took it on an airplane when we were traveling with our daughter. She was about 6 months old, and it was a great like neck pillow or like just a prop for the baby while you're trying to fly. That's a nursing pillow. They're not expensive, but some people will just say like, oh, you can use pillows and whatever. Like you totally could, but the reason I like this is because it actually like wraps around you, and I found that it gave me a better angle than just pillows. I love it. I think you'll use it for every kid. The cover comes off and is washable. You can buy different covers if you want one specific to your gender or, you know, decoration, preferences, whatever. I think it's worth it. And then the next thing is a carrier for your child. I particularly like baby wearing. Not everyone does. Not every kid likes to be worn. So this is kind of like, if it's your first child, you know, it could be a risk, but maybe if you plan on having multiple children, it's something you could hold on to and reuse. But I liked having the wrap for like the infant newborn stage because they're just so tiny. This definitely was nice to feel like that safe, security, warmth for the baby. And I could wear it in the store, I could wear it in a restaurant, I could wear it around the house. I will say it does help with being hands-free. It's not gonna feel completely hands-free. You are wearing all that weight on your chest. So keep in mind your back. This doesn't give you a ton of support for that, but it's great for the season that you need it for. I wore my daughter probably in this at least until like 8 months old. Then she started to get a little bit heavy, and so I switched to the carrier. By the way, this is a boba wrap. Like I said, I'll be linking all my lists, but I really liked the boba wrap. They also have carriers, so if you like that brand, they have more to offer than just the wrap itself. Ergobaby, that is a very popular brand for carriers. It is very expensive, but look for all this stuff secondhand, by the way. I should have prefaced with that. Literally all of this stuff people buy brand new, or they get brand new from a registry, use it a couple of times, maybe something happens, their child didn't prefer it, and then now what? So they're going to sell it. Check all of this, Facebook Marketplace, whatever, like talk to your friends, like lend each other things. I cannot stress that enough. This was given to us, so that's why I have this brand. If I didn't have it gifted to me, I may have gone with a cheaper option. But either way, I would recommend something like this for lumbar support, and it just grows with your child, so you can use it longer. And like my husband can wear my daughter. Now we even carry her on our back, so you can do front facing or you can have them on your back. It's super nice. This one has pockets you can put your cell phone in. It has like a cover to go over the baby's head, so if it's super bright or say it's raining, it's not going to be waterproof, but it's still something to create a barrier. Or if your kid's just sleeping and you want to be able to give them, you know, a little bit more shade. Also, you can breastfeed in these. I've heard in the wrap and in the carrier. I'm gonna try to figure out how to do that this pregnancy if I'm able to breastfeed, because that would also have been very convenient to do on the go. And now that I'm having a second, I think it'll be even more useful with having to take care of a child that's very independent and mobile at the same time as taking care of a baby that needs me all the time. So this is a great carrier. There's so many safety features, the buckles, everything is super easy to use. It's comfortable. So that's key, I think. Okay, something else that I thought of before I had my first child was baby proofing my home. I knew that it was gonna be an adjustment, and I knew I would eventually need gates, which I was a little bit stressed out about because we have this staircase with the railing and it's very open concept. So there are few gate options for me. Also, the width here is extremely large, so that even limited me further. This brand is the only one I had been able to find that would fit the width here and be able to go on our actual like rail, which it does in 2 places at least per gate. And then this is of course the wall. But my other thing that I wanted was it to look decent. I like baby stuff's so ugly. And so I do care about the aesthetics if I can help it. This doesn't look awful to me. So they have them in various colors. So if you don't have white railing or anything, like there's options for you. But another thing I wanted was the door to stay open. I hate the idea of climbing over a gate or having to take it down. That's just so much work. You do not need that. I of course didn't install this until my daughter was crawling, which was around like the 9 to 10 month range, but you probably will need it. I also have pets, so this has been super helpful. I got 2 gates because of the staircase here. I wanted to make sure my daughter could not go up if we were on the main level if I didn't want her to. Likewise, I didn't want her to be able to go down if we were upstairs, and I did not want her to. Down is obviously the bigger danger, but I preferred to have that gate on the lower level just to give some separation. It's also helpful to keep my dogs upstairs if I don't want them running towards the door. But I will say they're great gates. They're sturdy. They have these pieces that help with all the seams where they all connect to make it less likely to come down. I'm telling you guys, this is something my child cannot get through. She cannot figure out. It's not easy and it's stable. You can buy a wall nanny to protect your wall, but I have heard and read reviews that the wall nanny can still damage your wall, so I opted out on that, but that's another option, which would give you a little bit more tightness because it does take up a tiny bit of the width space. But another thing I liked about these gates is that this door swings both ways. So upstairs, we can have the gate open towards the stairs or towards the loft. Down here, we chose to have it open this direction so that I'm not having to shut it to go into my kitchen. But like I said, this gate is the only one that I found that was the widest in this color and had the option to keep the door open, or it's soft closing too. Like you can just shut it or let it do that. It doesn't shut all the way, but if you slammed it a little bit more, it would shut itself. So I highly recommend this if you have this type of staircase. And I also don't think that you won't need a gate. I think everyone can use a gate. So this will be in my link with my list. Okay, another item that I've used so many times. I did not expect to use it as much as I did. And I also get comments on it anywhere I go, is a portable high chair. So high chairs like that stand alone aren't able to be used until your child is sitting up on their own. They're a little bit bigger, and that is just something that kind of overwhelmed me at first. I didn't even put a high chair on my registry. Like, that was something that was like, okay, she'll be much older. I have time to research, I have time to compare. But I did find one that I love, and I spoke to her physical therapist when I was choosing because of the posture and like how long a child's sitting in it and things like that. But I will do a separate review just on the high chair because there's that much detail, I think, and it's that good. So get yourself a portable one though for when they're really little. This was super handy. I'll link the brand and everything, but it fits on an island, it fits on a table, we took it to restaurants, we take it to our cabin. It was just, I could take it to any grandparent's house, you name it. It virtually fits anywhere. The legs of it adjust to the height that you're trying to fit it on. So I'll show you on my island in particular. This is gonna be able to hook on easily, just like that. And I'll show you down here. It's not like a thick island, but you just use these to adjust to the tightness that you want. I'll show you on the other side. It's super easy. You just will screw it the right direction to tighten, and it will fit wherever. It's super nice. I think it holds like up to 50 pounds or something. It's really high weight limit. You don't have to worry about it not being stable. You can see these like grippers here. It's super sturdy. Like, I can put my weight on it. It's not going anywhere. I can tell you, we've used this so many times when we had to travel, like just going to restaurants. I liked it because there is a buckle that you can adjust, and it goes into this buckle piece here. And then this flap wraps around and Velcros. So it's super comfortable for your child, but we even padded it with like the little muslin swaddles to kind of help stabilize her before she was like officially sitting up, and she was holding her head up, of course, but this helped to be able to set her down before she was like fully functioning with like sitting up and holding herself up so well. There's also a pocket here in the back that you can put bibs or spoons, whatever, baby food. It's just so convenient. I love it. We used this for months on our island before we ordered a high chair. So this will get you through for a long time. We still use it for her. She's 18 months old. We'll use it this weekend when we go to our cabin. So it's not something that's gonna go to waste. And it's also been helpful if we like go to friends' houses and they don't have kids, or if someone brings their child over, we have an option for their kid, and our kid can go in their high chair. So I just think it's worth it. It's not super pricey. I think it's like $60 or something, but honestly, when you go to a restaurant, you don't know if they're gonna have a seat for your child or if they're clean. Like, this is all washable. So that's key too. I don't buy anything that I can't wash, because no. Yeah, this one I love, and I think it's worth the splurge because it is not a necessity, but I think it would make your life a lot easier. While I'm down here on the main level, I'm gonna also just show you this little lounger. It was gifted. You can get it on the marketplace. Someone actually gave me this cover, but it's a lounger. This one's a boppy lounger in particular. So keep in mind it is a little bit inclined, if you can see. So your baby doesn't lay completely flat, but you can prop their head up on here. It's good for tummy time. I liked this because we could move it. It's super quick and easy to like grab and carry up and down stairs. But You could set your child on the couch next to you. We put our daughter on the island so we could eat when she was really little. She would just sleep. It's easy to travel with, but it's just safer than sticking your kid on like the carpet or on a couch or something. Like this keeps them a little more confined. Oh, when you're trying to shower and you're like, how is this even going to be possible? You can stick your child on here if they're not rolling, things like that. So I think it's something that's worth finding, especially secondhand. Don't buy it new. You don't have to, but put it on your registry. Someone will buy it for you because it's inexpensive, and I think you'll use it a lot. I'm just glancing through my list that I have to make sure I didn't miss anything that's like super important. Have something for your kid to like lay under and look at. It's super entertaining for them. Doesn't have to be this, doesn't have to be fancy. Again, marketplace it. I used it very, very often, and I think it can come in handy even when your child's a little bit older. Blackout curtains, you have to have. You just do if you want to sleep. Have a crib for somewhere for them to sleep, sheets, a mattress. These are like basic essentials. I talked about the gates. I use this fan all the freaking time, in the car, on the stroller. It just makes your life easier. It has a light. My daughter would cry and scream at night if in the car, if it was dark out. Never thought I'd use it. It was a miracle worker. Something to think about for travel. Oh goodness, what else? I literally cover everything in here, and I really did my best to go through all the items I have and choose only things that I use either on a daily basis or I used it so often during certain seasons of my daughter's life that it's, worth mentioning. So nothing on here is super, super extravagant and like, oh, it's a luxury, you don't need it, but it's nice. There are some things that are a little bit more expensive. For instance, this chair that I never thought I would use or it'd be worth the money. But come to find out, I used it every single feeding, in the middle of the night, every single day. I still sit in it because it's so comfortable. I just can't stress the comfort level after you have a baby. Like, it's priceless. Again, I mentioned this list could be used through at least a year old. So keep in mind, I know it's named a baby must-haves list for minimalists, which I would consider myself, but there's 80-something items on it. So that doesn't seem like very minimalistic, right? But I'll say comparatively, people buy so much stuff. Also, I have one item of clothing listed, I believe. Onesies. It's all you need. I like these because they're like the kimono style. You don't have to put them over their head. Just a little hack, like kids hate that. But yeah, look through it. Best diaper bag ever. Yeah, I literally use this stuff all the time. It's nothing that's super crazy. I've put comments wherever you see this. That means I wrote explanations of like why I chose it, so you can look further in depth. Yeah, look for it used. Give things away to your friends if you have it. See if your friends have it if you don't. I think that helps out a lot because, like I said, it's overwhelming. You're not sure what we need, what we don't need. So, yeah, that is my list. Also, notice I didn't mention any items for mom. That is separate. I made a postpartum must-haves list and a prenatal must-haves list. Those are separate. I see them differently, but I don't think that there's enough items on at least the prenatal end to make like a whole video out of it. So let me know if you guys would want to see that. Comment down below. But I may just do like something on Insta stories for that just because it's very minimal again, but things that I used a lot and probably would help you. So This is just for baby. Like I said, birth to a year old roughly. I'm still using some of these items, so that's a bonus. And I will reuse all of them. So I hope this was helpful. I hope that it relieves a little bit of your stress when planning what to put on your registry. Do a registry though, for real. Do one everywhere. Amazon, Target, Walmart even. They give you a free gift. And if you don't get all the items on your list, like don't hesitate to put it on, because you get a coupon after your due date and you'll get like 15 or 20% off the items that weren't purchased. So there's no waste of your time when it comes to doing a registry. So I hope that this helps you with starting it, and I hope that your planning process goes really smoothly and that this can ease some of your stress. If this video was helpful though, I'd love to hear about it. If you wouldn't mind commenting down below, give me a thumbs up. And again, share it with moms that are needing to know what to do, and share it with your friends. Leave a comment. I want to know who's having babies, when you do. And if there's other items that you loved so much that you're like, no, you have to hear about this. So help me out. That's how I learned what to put on this list. I watched videos like these and it really helped me. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.